Hey guys, welcome back to the Somnium Files. Let's carry on where we left off. We've got Congressman Sajima in custody. We've just completed our sync with him, viewed his Somnium, and we witnessed Iris Sagan getting stabbed repeatedly in the back by a mysterious blue figure in the warehouse district. We can't identify the blue figure. We don't know if it's so or if it's not so or if it's someone else entirely. Sorry, that sentence just sounded a bit strange because his name's So and we're speaking English. I'm sure if we were speaking Japanese, it would roll off the tongue a lot easier. We did manage to save Iris in the end, but unfortunately, it was only in Somnium. It wasn't in real life. She is still dead. We found her in the Okiura fishery warehouse, and there was no blood there, which was interesting. That means it's probably not the kill site, considering she got stabbed a lot and her eye is missing. So the fact that there's no blood there has me a bit suspicious of where she was actually killed. But before we can grill Mr. Sajima on the details of her death, let's look around the office and see if we can glean anything new.
I want to beat So over the head with that thing.
On the long table, Date? That's where we made love with Boss. Seems like that table's like a emotional release of sorts.
I see. Apparently you need your dosage increased.
My dosage?
Dosage?
Even Date's confused as to what kind of drugs Iba's feeding in the locker. What I would give to be trapped in there with Reika. Reika the cabaret girl, or the lantern, or the oil drum. Which version of her would you prefer, Date? The boss is standing there. Okay, boss, what are your thoughts? Did the crime scene investigation team report anything?
No, nothing yet. They arrived a while ago, but that warehouse is owned by Okiura Fishery.
Yes. Renju is connected to this fishery, slightly, but it's not owned by him, but it is within his family of sorts. I think he's just like, he's got an arm's length relationship with it. I think another family member or something owns that specific warehouse, which is still suspicious, so let's keep it in mind.
I know. Iba, can you check to see if it's the Okiura we know?
Right, Date doesn't know that in this flow. The only reason we know is because we found out in another timeline.
Searching.
Okay, we'll let Iba search. Can we get an arrest warrant for So?
Are you kidding me?
Is that a yes?
You know that what we find in Somnium can't be submitted as evidence in court.
You know, I'm starting to doubt why we go into Somnium in the first place. Like, we can't use it in court, and I feel like sometimes what we see in Somnium can't be relied upon. I think Boss mentioned it once. Was it in Ota's Somnium, where he almost unmasked the polar bear, for instance. And we had to pull out because we were running out of time, and Boss was saying, you know, it's possible he didn't even see who was in the polar bear suit. It was just in the Somnium that he tried to unmask them, for example. And so it calls into question the reliability of what we see in Somnium, and I guess that's why it wouldn't be allowed in court, is because a lot of the things we see are just so surreal and bizarre, like the fact that we had to shrink Iris to save her from the killer so she could fit through some oil drums and whatnot. So I can see why it wouldn't be allowed in court. But then sometimes what we learn in Somnium, you know, it's nothing new. I suppose there is the one time where we synced with number 89 and we saw that Boss was in his Somnium, so that's interesting. But a lot of the time I feel it's good for learning the characters, like with Mayumi's Somnium, for instance, or Date's Somnium and his relationship with Mizuki. But in terms of solving the murder, it's kind of questionable at best.
Besides, we don't even know for sure if that figure was So.
Like, that's another thing. I suppose we can tell that Iris is fully formed in Sajima's Somnium, so she's a cognition, so that kind of proves that he does know who Iris is. And we've got the warehouse district, we've got the blue figure, like, we don't know who the blue figure even is.
You said it was.
I said that it's probably him.
You know, and that's like the crux of the problem. So yeah, it's
Excuse me.
What is it?
I'm right here. I can hear everything you're saying.
Okay, well, we don't really care. You are guilty as shit. So you sit there and you shut up and you listen to my glorious theory of how Rohan's consciousness merged with Date's, okay? You listen to it, like everyone else, laughing at me, because I'm probably wrong. Or I'm half right, which makes it even worse. Because I don't want another repeat of a certain game series where I was half right, and it kind of steered me in the wrong direction. If you've seen some of my other series, you may know what I'm talking about. About the Somnium earlier.
I saw it on the monitor. Iba saving Iris as she was being stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, since you and Iba are one and the same, it's like you saved her, Date.
Yeah, but it's not. You know, we didn't save her in real life.
But that was just a dream. It's not real.
Exactly.
Saving her in Somnium won't save her now.
No.
I'm sorry.
Date looks crushed. It sucks, man. Like, I think we saved Iris in one sort of flow. And even then, she still lost her eye. This entire timeline, she's wiped out early on. So it's not like we've got branching paths. Like, So didn't have any branching paths in his Somnium. I suppose the other interesting thing is that when we synced with Mizuki, she saw Iris with the stab wounds on her back and her eye missing. And what happened? We found her body exactly like that in the Okura fishery warehouse. So what does that mean? I suppose Somnium, there's a lot of things that are mysterious and left unanswered. I suppose we could always look to Pewter to explain things. Pewter looks the same as usual. How does syncing work, Pewter?
During a sync, the syncer's consciousness, or ego, is brought into the subject's somnium.
Okay.
They enter the subconscious mind, or more accurately, sink into it. At this time, the syncer's memories are left in their original body.
I feel like we always ask Pewter, how does syncing work every time we complete a sync? So the syncer's memories are left in their original body.
Picture an egg. The ego is the egg yolk that goes into the subject's brain.
Yolk outside egg. I love that.
The syncer's memories are the whites, which remain in the shell.
Okay.
The syncer, or rather the syncer as their pure ego, experiences the subject's somnium. But to be precise, it is not only ego.
Okay.
When synced, a modicum of memory data does get sent into the subject's brain.
Right. So that makes sense. Because otherwise, if we just hop into someone's Somnium, we wouldn't recognize anyone. We wouldn't be able to go, oh, that's Iris Sagan. Oh, this is the warehouse district, because we wouldn't have our memories with us.
Imagine separating an egg yolk from its whites. No matter how you try, some of the egg whites will always stick to the yolk.
I see. Well, thank you, Pewter, for putting that in like layman's terms. I like this comparison.
This is just like that.
I see. And you said the syncer's memories are retained within the original vessel. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. See if I can work that into my theory. my beautiful theory. What is the ego algorithm you mentioned?
Imagine the human brain as being made up of two elements: memory and algorithmic structure.
Okay, cool.
The former is preferable because the latter can be problematic. It can output things based on the inputs it is given. To make this easier to understand, compare this to a computer.
Okay, thank you, Pewter.
Memory is like your data stored on a hard disk.
Yep.
The algorithm is the program. This program controls everything, from higher cognitive functions to primitive instinct.
Okay, so I can see the distinction, like, say someone with amnesia, for example, they forget their memories, but they can still eat, they can still talk, they can still walk. Those are like the functions. The functioning side of the brain is intact. It's just their memories are a bit scrambled.
This program is what creates the phenomenon of consciousness.
What is the ego algorithm you mentioned? It's like, Atate's like, you didn't answer my question.
In short, it is your ego algorithm. What you call your mind. Recognition, cognition, consciousness.
I suppose it's like, you know, driving to work, for example. I guess is just one example I could think of off the top of my head. The actual driving part, like putting your foot on the pedal, changing gears, using the steering wheel, that's the cognitive functions. Thinking about where you need to go, I suppose, like your destination, or the road rules, I suppose, is another thing. That's like the knowledge side, that's the memory side of things. That's my understanding of it, I think. What is the ego algorithm you mentioned, Pewter?
All of these
Explain.
processes are incomprehensible without the ego algorithm. However, the Wadjet system is revolutionizing the way we think about
The
consciousness.
Wadjet system. That sounds familiar.
The Wadjet system controls my core programming.
Ah.
Using Wadjet, we could map the neural circuitry of the human brain. And we discovered a specific circuit that is key to the phenomenon of consciousness.
Such a complex, cheeky little thing, aren't you, human brain?
However, we human beings are still unable to fully grasp it.
Our brains can't even comprehend our own brains. That's how next level it is.
It's far too complicated. But even if we don't understand it, we can still use it. You don't have to understand electromagnetism to use a microwave oven.
It's like how I just stare at my computer just stunned how all these components somehow cause this game to appear on my screen while simultaneously recording, and this microphone in front of me is capturing my sound. I think someone did a Reddit post or something how, like, you know, you can travel back in time, but you won't be able to build your own computer or build a TV or build a lot of these functions that you use in everyday life. Like, I couldn't build a car, for example, but I know how to use one. And it's just crazy how much we take for granted, how much we rely on these things to work.
The Wadjet system is how we are able to extract the sinker's consciousness. That is what makes syncing possible.
Also possible for us to mix and match potential personalities. Okay, I'll stop that theory. Until we see more evidence, I'm just gonna park it. About the mysterious figure.
The subject of the sync remembers certain persons or objects that appear in Somnium.
Right, and they can be like from all sorts of things. As long as they've seen it, it's in their brain, and they can appear in Somnium.
But they might not have a clear form. Our dreams are sometimes vague or unclear, after all.
At least when we wake up. When we're in the dream, it makes total sense, which is always funny.
Even the subject of the dream themselves. I told you earlier that the sinker experiences the dream from the perspective of an observer. That is why the person creating the dream can appear within it. But perhaps they do not have an objective view of themselves.
So you're saying he could be the blue person, he just kind of disconnected himself from killing Iris, and so he views himself as a blue shadow.
Like a mirror or picture. Perhaps he's never watched himself on television. Rare for a politician.
Or looked in the mirror, it seems.
But not unheard of. He lacks that objective picture of himself. He remains stoic and unattached despite his position of power. I find that quite powerful. To be able to put your ego aside and see yourself as God sees you.
I see. Pewter's getting aroused, I think.
Is an ability many charismatic people share.
This is cause for concern. I mean, there's also the fact that Iris had Sejima in her Somnium, and we had that figure kissing him. About the mysterious figure.
He may not have a rational, objective assessment of himself. So, even if this figure is ambiguous...
It could be so.
Indeed.
But we don't know for sure. And that's the crux of the argument. Okay, so... he looks tired. The medicine hasn't fully worn off yet. Makes him a bit dazed. Why did you call Shoko?
Come to think of it, I still haven't heard your explanation for this. 2 days ago, you called Shoko Nadami just after 9 p.m.
Why?
Why?
That is a private matter that I will not discuss with you.
Well, you're looking guilty as shit right now, so I'd start talking if I were you. Or at least get a lawyer. But then again, I think we've discussed this already about attorneys in Japan. You killed Iris, didn't you?
I didn't.
Are you planning on acting dumb all night? How did you know Iris was stabbed?
I heard it.
From who?
What?
On my way to this place, I heard that woman over there talking.
Oh, fuck off. God, you're kidding me.
Something about a girl who got stabbed in the back.
Boss, he's implicating you. What do you think? Oh, she's staring at him.
Are you talking about me?
Careful, she's shot you in the head once in an alternate history.
Yes, you.
I don't remember exactly what I said. It's possible that I mentioned a body with stab wounds to the back.
Boss,
Boss,
please, don't give him the time of day.
It is impossible to determine now.
Damn it. If only Iba was there, she could have recorded the entire thing.
He very well may not have seen Iris's body.
So what was he doing in the warehouse then? He just looked at this random corpse, or not really a corpse, he wouldn't be able to tell. Just some random lump in a white cloth and just went, this is normal. And then stepped outside.
no. He still must have.
In the dead of the night after we visited him at his house.
He was in the warehouse.
But does that mean we can conclude for certain that he saw the corpse?
What was he doing? Making ice cubes? Of course he was there being guilty. I'm getting too emotional into this investigation. We need to take a step back. Come on. Like, what else was he doing in there then? Checking if his, like, package arrived? Someone said, oh. Or maybe he went to... Maybe he was trying to save Iris and then, like, he went into the warehouse and saw her body, like the killer was sending him a message or something. But we've already identified him as the person in the polar bear costume killing Iris, or attempting to kill Iris in another timeline. So... Oh, there's so many questions about Iris.
I've been telling you I don't know anything.
That's impossible.
Oh,
I
it's so
saw
frustrating
Iris
when
in your dream.
people don't tell the truth.
You have to have some memory of her.
What are you talking about? I don't understand a word of this.
Yeah, he doesn't know that we synced with him. And he doesn't remember his own dream. What is your alibi for Shoko's murder?
What were you doing at 5 p.m. 2 days ago?
Reading a book at home.
So you weren't playing Mahjong then?
You can ask my housekeeper or my bodyguards.
Can we ask the book?
They will confirm that for you.
That does match what the bodyguard said earlier.
Oof. For all we know, they just rehearse cover stories all day long.
But they're like family to him. They're not above telling a lie to protect their boss.
Exactly. Phone call.
Date, the investigation team is calling.
Oh, okay.
This is Date from Abyss. What happened?
Hey, sorry to call you out of the blue. There's something we want to check. Is now a good time?
Sure, what do you need to check?
Sure, what is it?
You said you found a body at Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. The one at Ariake? Warehouse District?
It's gone.
Yes, that's right.
Huh. Okay.
And Iva wasn't recording at the time, so we can't prove that we found the body. How fantastic is that?
Why? What happened?
It's, not here.
What's not there?
We searched all over the warehouse. We didn't find any bodies.
And yet he knows that she was stabbed. So what the hell? Not good. Not good at all. Cold Storage Warehouse, Sunday, 11:25 p.m. No body. I suppose that's where Somnium comes in handy.
What do you mean there's no body?
He dreamed of Iris getting stabbed multiple times in the back. No body, no blood.
We looked everywhere,
Who would have come here and picked it up?
but nothing.
Date, I am not doubting you. However, are you sure?
How convenient. I knew that was going to play a part. Iva's inability to record what was happening.
Yes, I'm sure. I saw it. I know I saw it. I saw Iris's body with my own right eye.
Then perhaps someone moved the body.
If only you could link into my memories.
Between the time we left and CSI arrived.
No, there's another possibility.
What? She's a zombie?
There is?
We're taking off. We're running. Drive. Sagan residence, Sunday, 11:58 p.m. There she is. Okay, we'll just
Date?
barge into their house.
Iris!
What are you doing? Barging in without ringing the doorbell?
What's happening?
Oh, you see, Mizuki ended up staying at my place. Something wrong?
Yeah.
The world
The world.
changed.
What? How did the world change? What's happening? I don't quite follow. Day 4, Monday, Surai. Police headquarters, Monday, 9:32 a.m. What the heck? Slow down.
Iba and I saved Iris during the sink yesterday.
Is that what you mean?
She wasn't killed.
We literally did save her life?
True, but that was only a dream.
No. Ugh, what the hell's the explanation for this?
Maybe the dream changed reality.
Really?
Impossible.
Yeah. Something else. Maybe you drugged me too much, Iba. Upping the dosage? Pff, I'm already hallucinating dead bodies.
Then how else would you explain it? Iris came back to life.
Damn it. Alright, let's look around at least to calm ourselves down a little bit while we think about what happened. Boss's chair.
You know, the kanji for chair comes out to strange mushroom.
Okay. Thank you.
Makes me think of a man's strange mushroom, if you know what I mean.
No, boss, stop it, please.
Seriously, is that the only thing you can think about right now?
Hey, you're the one who cries out porno mag during a siege. Boss's friend Mario.
If only money rained down from the sky.
Yeah, boss, you need to turn the volume up on the mannequin, or charge his battery, if you know what I mean. A remote control car.
If only I could control you with a remote.
I mean, you can control my eye. Probably. She is an AI.
Make you do this, make you do that.
Oh, boss, stop it, please. That little seductive voice you got going on. A soccer ball.
I've been wondering, which balls are bigger? Yours or this soccer ball?
Boss, please, stop it. Honestly. Boss, please.
The soccer ball, obviously.
Even Dante's just had enough. He's just like, boss, take this seriously. I changed the course of history. It's a Tanuki
I
statue.
can't believe it's not a raccoon.
What?
A coffee maker.
There's something about a man who likes his coffee black.
Really? I do like my coffee black because there's no calories. I've only started getting used to it. At first I was drinking it. It was so damn bitter. Needed my cream. Needed my sugar. But now, black coffee is all I can drink.
Black coffee puts hair on your chest.
I am living proof that it doesn't.
Does it now?
And somewhere lower.
Oh, boss! Oh my.
I understand. You are referring to Date's leg hair.
Yes, my third leg.
It is quite prominent.
A pumpkin carved like a jack-o'-lantern.
Where should I put old Jack here?
Away? There's so much clutter in this office, boss.
I thought his name was Bill.
Billow lantern? No, doesn't have the same ring to it. A flag with big catch on it. This whole damn office is filled with innuendos. An electronic darts game.
So the darts board has all these holes, and the tip of the dart goes in, right?
What happened to you last night? Seriously? Did you get some? Or something?
It's kind of sexual, don't you think?
I do not understand. What is sexual about it?
Iba, you are a machine. You won't understand.
You don't want to know.
We should go skiing.
We should?
That was out of nowhere.
I mean, we were looking at the skis, Date, so not quite out of nowhere.
Is that a no?
Of course it is. We're in the middle of an investigation.
What? You don't want to go night skiing on my bunny hills?
Oh, man, it's getting winter here in New Zealand, but man, this room is feeling hotter and hotter with everything I inspect.
I will not allow such scandalous behavior.
Finally, I was like stepping in. Goodness.
I was just kidding. What are you, jealous?
The triangular ruler.
Did you ever used to play with these rulers like a gun when you were in elementary school?
Not quite. I didn't really use these kind of rulers until high school.
I don't know. I don't have any memories from back then, remember?
Yeah. Interesting. There's a nice rug here.
Under no circumstances are you allowed to look under this rug.
What is under the rug?
Do you understand?
What have you got under there?
I mean, it could be a pile of something, but the rug looks flat. Maybe it's a hatch to a dungeon of sorts. Don't want to know.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
It's November.
Oh, it's November. There we go. We've got a timeline. It's a floaty.
Consider it a good luck charm. So you don't drown when you sink.
Did Iba give you a dosage? A boy band poster.
I sleep with a different one every night.
Pillows? Or real?
They're so fluffy.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, body pillow.
Happy birthday to you.
She is so happy, it's quite concerning.
That song used to be copyrighted, you know?
It sure did. Thankfully, it's in the public domain now.
But now it's public domain and I can sing it to my heart's content.
Otherwise you'd have to arrest yourself.
Don't you love it?
A mysterious mask is displayed on the wall.
Grandpa. Answer me, Grandpa.
Sorry, I don't know why that made me laugh. I'm really worried about her mental health right now. I mean, you and me both, Date. I'm Matryoshka.
Hey, Date, who's cuter? The Matryoshka or Iba?
Iba, because she can project her form, and that's also cute. You should see her on a merry-go-round, or when she has cake stuffed on her face.
The first one.
Ooh.
I will carve out your insides and turn you into a Matryoshka.
Holy shit. Iba, please. Alright, it's time to one-up Boss's mental health concerns. Let's talk to ourselves. I'm in Iba's line of sight. No, I can't talk to myself. Why are you behaving now of all times, Date? Iba jumped out of my eye socket. A dream changing reality?
It is absurd. Not possible.
Well, Iba's being the rational one. She's the AI after all.
Dreams are figments of the imagination. An incident which took place entirely in your mind cannot have any bearing on the real world. That is preposterous.
There you go.
Consider it.
It's stated by Iba.
If you were to find money in your dream, does your bank account balance go up in reality?
We should test that out. Now, we should sync with someone who's a banker.
If you were to be attacked by aliens in your dream, does a swarm of UFOs invade Earth?
I mean, if we stop the invasion in our dream, sure. UFOs won't invade Earth.
But at the warehouse,
You must have been hallucinating. Within Mizuki's Somnium, you saw Iris's frozen corpse.
What did we see then, if it wasn't her?
It is affecting your mental state. Last night, you were so fazed by it that you couldn't speak. If it bothers you to this degree, why not go talk to Iris?
We definitely need to do that. Where's Iris now? Actually, let's ask about Renju.
Mizuki went to Bloom Park 3 nights ago. She was prompted by a Nile message from Renju.
Mizuki, Daddy caught up in something serious. Please come to Bloom Park's merry-go-round right away.
There are 3 possibilities. 1. Renju killed Shoko, or was an accessory to the murder.
Okay.
2. Renju was threatened or blackmailed into luring Mizuki to the scene.
Okay.
3. The culprit used Renju's phone to send the Nile message.
There's also 4. He knew about the murder, but he had no participation in it whatsoever. I suppose that maybe comes under accessory, but if he knew about the murder...
In any case, the motive is still unknown. We need to talk to Renju.
Renju, where did you go?
He's been MIA for quite a while. I'm scared we're going to find his dead body. The question is, though, where are we going to find it? About Okiura Fishery.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The
At least
company has
officially.
been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died.
It's possible that they're also looking to frame Renju.
Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But
Okay.
it can't be a coincidence.
Yeah, it's involved somehow. Someone trying to frame Renju.
It certainly is suspicious.
About Okiura Fishery.
I would suggest searching the warehouse again. You may be able to discover why Iris was resurrected.
Resurrected. I mean, It was a Sunday, so there's that. That would explain the no blood there either. Hang on, let's ask about Boss. Oh, let's ask Boss. A dream changing reality.
Date and Iba saved Iris and Somnium. And that changed the history of the real world?
No. I don't buy it.
Well, I guess it's not impossible.
Oh?
That isn't what you said yesterday.
She slipped on it.
That was then, this is now. A woman's mind changes with the phases of the moon, you know?
Oh, there you go.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I believe in Date.
How would you know, Iba? You're not a woman. You're an artificial woman.
I trust him more than anyone else in Abyss.
Thank you. That's quite a compliment, I must say. She's the one who recruited us into Abyss after all, 6 years ago. Interesting how she cares so much about us. About so.
Congressman Sajima is suspicious in more ways than one. Exhibit A. 3 days ago, So called Shoko Nadami's phone. We still don't know exactly why. He only told us it was meant to be private. Exhibit B. So Sajima was at Okiura Fishery Warehouse last night.
After he said he was retiring for the night.
But he didn't inform us of this. There must be something he doesn't want us knowing. Exhibit C.
There's gotta be something in that warehouse that's hidden. Like a secret door or something.
So was in Iris's Somnium.
So was in Iris' Somnium? Or do you mean Iris was in So's Somnium, boss? I think we got a bit of a mistake there.
Dreams are constructed from memories. Yet the good congressman denies he ever knew Iris.
And he did see her getting stabbed. I mean, it could be that we just put that in his mind. That's why he couldn't place who stabbed her. He just dreamed about it. About prophetic dreams.
Stranger things have been known to happen. 2 days ago, Date found Iris's frozen corpse in Mizuki's Somnium. It must have been a prophecy.
Why is Boss indulging me all of a sudden? She's like, yeah, it must have been a prophecy. Yeah, it's not impossible to change history by altering the fate of someone in a Somnium.
Boss.
It's kind of strange how she's just changed her tune.
There's a lot of stuff in this world that can't be explained by science.
I'm concerned, a bit worried even. Boss's knack for change is one of her good qualities. Not having beliefs is what she believes in. Oh, is that our explanation for it? That's how she established herself as a major player in the police department. Because she believed what she wanted to. I feel like this timeline here is where we're going to learn a lot about Date's origins and past. Where's So now, so I know where to travel to? Same with Renju
I sent him
and whatnot.
home yesterday.
You released him?
What was I supposed to do?
Can't hold him. What we see in Somnium isn't enough to charge him.
We can't hold him without solid proof. What we saw with Iris hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. As far as we know, it's just a dream.
In any case, we have to speak with him again.
Boss is sitting on the desk. Alright, Iba, where is Renju?
You asked Mama at Marble for information regarding Renju Okiura, correct?
So we'll need to follow up on that?
It is possible she may have something for you by now.
Possible. Okay. I asked Momo for information too. But I had to promise him a meeting with Iris. Momo can wait for now.
We can talk to Iris's mom as well.
Yeah. She can establish the whereabouts of her daughter.
She was Renju's classmate, right?
Oh, and she may know where Renju is.
Iba told me about her.
Where's Iris now?
Her cell phone is on. I can trace her via GPS. She is currently somewhere in the Lemniscape building.
Okay, cool. Well, we've got our destinations cut out for us. Summary. Summary.
There are 4 people I should talk to. So Sajima, Iris and Hitmoi Sagan, and Mama.
And Moma is the 5th one, I suppose.
And I need to check the warehouse one more time.
And that too.
We have many avenues of investigation.
Let's get moving.
Right, well, it's early morning, so we will get moving. Thanks, boss, for such a dirty morning. Let's get moving. Where do we want to start? Let's see if Mama has some information for us. Then we'll go to the Sajima residence. Marble. Marble, Monday.
You need more info on Ren?
Yep, and a bit of daylight drinking wouldn't hurt as well.
I'm sorry to waste your time, but I don't have anything for you.
Well, just the whiskey then, please.
I see. You're so cold, Mama.
Hey, I'm over here.
How mean is that, Date? That is... Can't believe you, Date. Holy shit. A beer
Hey,
tap.
Date. You know what I say when I turn into a drunk devil?
What do you say, Mama?
Dev Ale.
The specials are written on the chalkboard.
Hey, Mama. What's with the pizza, fish, and chips?
What?
People used to call me that on the internet all the time. Guess it's stuck.
They what?
Pizza, fish, and chips. Ah, I see. Piece of fucking shit.
Holy shit. Oh my god. What is happening this morning? I was swearing nonchalantly. We're calling Mama a fridge. And Boss was sexually teasing me. Potentially, you know, violating professional standards in Abyss.
This, however, appears to be a simple Italian pizza with fish and french fries.
Hey, why? Who does this? We might as well just have an ice cream pizza. The specials are written on the chalkboard. And it's in a bar as well. It's not even like a restaurant. Okay, Mama. I've calmed down. Mama's polishing a dried bonito fish. About Renju.
You know about Renju and the Kumakura gang, right?
I know about Shoko and the Kumakura gang.
Yeah, I know. I heard it from his own mouth right here.
Do they have anything to do with the talent scandal at Lemniscate?
Talent scandal?
Maybe now they do, since Renju is the president of Lemniscate. But even before that, Renju and the Kumakuras go way back. All the way back to high school.
I see. I can't remember if I know that or not. Sorry. It's been a while.
Hey, Date. Have you ever seen a dead body?
I remember Renju saying that to me, after he and I went through a bottle.
You're a policeman. I don't know what department, but I assume you aren't handing out traffic tickets. So, how about it?
Well, he's got a high opinion of me. I didn't answer. I turned the question around on him.
What about you?
Me? Well, yeah.
Wow. Pretends to
Not
drink.
just one. Countless bodies.
Oh?
When I was in high school, I had a pretty crazy job.
Right, you had your connection with the Kumakuras.
You know the Kumakura gang? I was hooked up to one of their phone fraud scams. I just had to go collect the money from drop points and give it to the Kumakuras.
And you saw a lot of bodies collecting from the drop points?
It was an easy job. Eventually, I became friends with the higher-ups. They started taking me with them on jobs.
What jobs?
The target was always an elderly person from the country with no family.
Jeez. I mean, that's how scammers operate, right? They typically target the elderly. I mean, they target everyone, really. They go for a shotgun approach. All they need is 1 or 2 people out of 100 to make money.
Elderly folk who owned a lot of land, you know? They live every day in loneliness and desperation. You just have to be nice to them. That's all it takes.
Bit of social engineering.
Guys would get to know the old people and they would set up an adoption process. After that, you just have to get them really drunk. Throw them in the tub full of hot water.
Oof.
And they pass. Just like that. Heart attack, brain hemorrhage, or they simply go to sleep and drown. The
Well,
police almost never investigated.
that was dark.
It always looked natural, like they died of old age. So the adopted gang members would inherit the land. Then we sell it and make massive profits.
That is quite the scheme. Honestly, some of the schemes that gangs and mafias come up with are honestly, like, quite brilliant a lot of the time.
I watched a lot of people get killed like that. And I've seen journalists get killed for getting too close to the truth.
Oof.
So I... Why am I telling you all this?
Why are you telling me all this?
Are you going to arrest me?
No. I took a sip from my glass. I didn't say anything for a while.
You didn't do it yourself, right?
No, I was always the lookout. But still... Date,
Tears fell to the counter, unending. We didn't say another word until the ice in the glass had melted to nothing. Wowza. So now I'm quite curious as to who actually killed Renju then. Maybe the Kumakuras were getting back at him for something. Why are you always brushing that fish?
I find it calming.
Why is that?
Don't ask me.
Sometimes we just have a habit that relaxes us, Iba. How's it going?
Well, I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
What is happening this episode? Oh my goodness.
I do not know what she means. Perhaps you should take her up on her offer.
Iba, no.
Absolutely not.
God, just quiet, please. Summarize for me.
I don't have anything else for you. Sorry I'm not much help.
No, don't worry about it.
It's fine.
Can you come back again tonight? There's a regular here who is good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight.
Okay.
If you ask him, he might have some information for you.
Looking forward to who that might be.
Tonight.
We've got information about number 89, but we haven't made use of that information in this timeline yet.
Yes. I'll be waiting for you.
Quite curious to see what happens. Alright, well, thanks, Mama, for everything. Let's go visit Sejima.
So Sejima is a key person of interest in this case.
He certainly is.
Earlier, the boss cited 3 points of suspicion against him, and I agree with her assessment.
Me too.
I checked the call logs of So's phones. Congressman Sejima has one phone under his name, and a burner phone rented under a fake name.
Did you find anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
But I do have something. I looked into So's secretary's phone.
He has a secretary?
One call in particular stood out to me.
Huh?
It was 1 week ago, from Fuchu Prison.
Number 89.
The caller identified themselves as inmate number 89.
Falco.
Number 89?
Yes, this is most likely the same person who called HQ.
And that was a week ago.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
Iba. Second, the dash.
When you crash, the first thing you hit is the dash.
I'm going to give you a smash in a second. Sorry. Oh god. Oh no, I've been influenced by all the innuendos this morning.
Interesting.
Dante having none of it. The glove box.
This box is where you keep your doves.
It's not a dove box.
The rearview mirror.
Date, this reminds me of Egyptian mythology.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it?
Hathor, the mother of Ra. The mirror was one of her sacred symbols.
Wasn't she a cow or something?
What's he in jail for, Iba?
Murder. He is serving a life sentence for multiple counts.
Well, considering he's one half of the original Cyclops killer.
He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
Who is number 89?
From what I can determine, he is an assassin. He accepts jobs from the criminal underworld for substantial rewards. His code name is Falco.
Ah, there we go. Iba's figured it all out from a Google search.
Falco?
Correct.
We gotta get that heartbeat. Oh, we are! I thought we might. It's like we're slowly putting all the pieces together. We got that heartbeat when we heard Falco. We got the heartbeat when we heard about Rohan. Yes, yes, it all fits. It all fits the theory. What's number 89's name?
Unknown.
I shouldn't be committing so hard to this.
You don't know?
He is not registered in any databases. He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan.
Okay. What is the relationship between So and number 89?
Unknown.
We know Shoko was in prison as well, meeting someone.
You would have to ask Mr. Sejima for that information.
Number 89 said he knew who killed Shoko.
He did, but that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops Serial Killings?
Unknown?
Unknown.
We know, though.
In all honesty, I have no idea.
Pewter's the one who divulged the information to us in confidence. Summary.
Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu Prison?
We should, definitely.
No, we don't have time.
Oh, okay.
Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be brought to Abyss.
Roger.
Good. Maybe this will play a part in unlocking that locked path, the only lock we've got.